Thank you very much, Jen. Now it gives me great pleasure to invite our fierce warrior, our leader, District Governor, Peter Behm. Please put your hands together for Peter.
Thanks, Jen. This warrior, gee whiz. It's fantastic to be here. It's a great crowd too, and thank you so much for joining us. Okay, we'll test to see that that works. Yeah, it does work. Yeah, good day. So we'll try again. So yeah, we do. We have a great program for you tonight, and I think part of getting down here, and also to all the Zoomers, welcome along. We hope you really enjoy it tonight. Hopefully, it gets a lot of really good information for you, and just an opportunity to get together as a team. And I think it's great to see so many of us here tonight. I thought I'd tell you a little bit about the updates, particularly in membership. Now, Malcolm will be talking to us a little bit about membership later on, but I thought I'd just give you a very brief synopsis on that. Worldwide membership itself has increased by almost 30,000 worldwide. This is for the last 6 months, which is, I think in anybody's language, a really good result for us. We do know that there are certain areas that do get greater membership than others. We know that African nations, Indian, those sort of areas, Asian areas are really improving. And perhaps the challenge for us is more on the European areas, even Australia. So they're the sort of challenges, but it does show that there is an increase in those areas. For our own districts, in the last 6 months, we've increased by 57. And I think it's a good result in terms of everybody going through it. And well done to all the clubs who have been putting it in. And I really thought that, when we do bring on new members, we get people who are going to join our ranks. We know that it's the friendships that they experience that gives people the sense of purpose when they come into Rotary. They have an opportunity to do a whole range of different projects, which all of you are familiar with. We help, obviously, the community. They're joining a global organisation. And of course, we talk about improving skills, leadership, personal development, and networking as well. And these are the things that we know really help. But of course, there's always two sides to every story. And so whilst we did increase, and we still are above the curve, we were losing members as well. And I think with this, retention is really the challenge for us as clubs. We know that there are some things we simply can't avoid. Aging out is just part of being human. But there are other factors as well that we're aware of that do impact for membership. People do change their work, they do change their locations. And of course, probably the one good thing about that is a lot of people who are part of Rotary but are moving because they want to see change perhaps, or they're moving because of their work commitments, they'll often join another Rotary club. So whilst we might lose them from a particular Rotary club, we might not have lost them from Rotary. We know cost is always a factor. I know we all talk about that quite a bit. We know things like insurance are quite a significant cost for us, and anybody who's got car and home insurance would understand that it's a big cost for us. But there are also other costs of meals and costs of raffle tickets and whatever. And that is something that, as a district committee, we're looking at to see if there are some suggestions that we can help you with in these sort of areas. Personality conflicts, unfortunately, I'd love to say to you at Rotary, there are no personality conflicts. We don't have them. But unfortunately, we do, because we're all human, and these do account for some of the issues that we have with clubs. But I think with the calibre of people which we have in the room and online, we understand too that some of these can be worked through as a team and as a board. I think as presidents, I think you can really help in those areas where people need it. The biggest one, I think, though, is the people that feel that they can't contribute anymore, or perhaps they're not given a role which really suits their skill base. As presidents, and certainly as board members, it's really important for us to try and find different areas that people could be involved in. Sometimes when you get them involved in these things, there might be projects as well, it just turns around for them. They feel part of the club. So these are the sort of things that are really important. And of course, there are solutions. At club level, of course, We're lucky enough, I think we've got some fantastic community leaders. They're great people. They understand your clubs. They will go around with you to help you out. So please have a chat to your community leaders, because they'll be only too happy to try and guide your club in terms of different projects, perhaps different approaches, and you'll find that it will work for them. New projects, yeah, what are you guys? Yep. New projects, there'll be cluster meetings, and a few of the community leaders have been looking at cluster meetings, and they really do work, and it is great to see a big crowd in there. New style meetings, we've got past District Governor Colin Byron, who's looking at new styles of meetings, diversity of membership as well. We're looking at clubs now where we can encourage other cultures that perhaps may not have been as part of Rotary, but could perhaps really enjoy what we all have to offer. Membership nights, of course, they're great opportunities for us all to expand out to that community. And of course, visiting other club activities. From our perspective, we'll talk to you a little bit about the cinema advertising, which we're doing. We're trying to widen our message through social media, and that's a really important part. You'll hear a little bit about that later on tonight. The external signage, of course, with Bill and Judy Deignan, who are looking at helping us in that area. The schools program. Of course, we get guest speakers on membership success stories, and you'll hear a little bit about that as well. And of course, the conference, which I'll also speak to. Recently, we had our very first, for those of you who were at the last meeting, you would have seen our very first commercial. And I granted they're only 15 seconds and 30 seconds, so they're a short commercial, but it is the first opportunity we've had through the Palace Cinema Group to advertise Rotary at every single session of their theatre, apart from the blockbuster sessions in the first few weeks. So Rotary is actually getting out and about. Now, the great news is this: we're looking at trying to get a lot of the clubs. Now, I would recommend to all of you who are online at the moment, and all of you in the room, if you have a theatre which is an independent theatre near you, why not organise a night out with them? Take the Rotarians with you and see if you can get this particular ad play. We've got it here. We can supply it to you quite easily. We know that Gus and the crew down there are looking at one at Belgrave. And I know that we're all heading up towards Sale and Yarram and Lakes Entrance areas, and we're going to be encouraging those areas too to see if we can get that in there. So what we wanted to share with you, this was a little bit of, on the night when we went to the Palace Theatre, we saw a film called The Coral. And after the actual theatre night, hopefully we'll be able to play it. And we'll give you a little bit of a reaction. This is from some of the guys that went to the Coral itself. So, Gus and Dave, I can ask you to play that.
What do you think of the ad for the first time for a Rotary commercial?
I think it's really good. I think the one thing that Rotary hasn't done in the past is advertise itself. And I think it's really important.
I think the ad for a Rotary commercial is a terrific initiative.
I thought the ads were really poignant, to the point, and short enough to keep people's attention. In your face, you could actually see what we did, how we did it, and it was just short enough to keep people's attention so that they wouldn't get bored by looking at it and then turning away.
I like the idea of the 15-second and a 30-second one. That was good. It did give you a fair bit of information in a short amount of time.
Well, I love the ads. I think it's a great thing that Rotary is actually going to advertise the wonderful things that we do.
I actually thought the ad was pretty good. Yeah. I like the ad, yeah. It was very straight to the point. It was clear. Just enjoyed it.
Excellent stuff. It really was, and it's a credit to everybody that was involved. It really is.
Very good. Thanks, Gus. Very good. So as I mentioned before, for all of you who are looking at trying to improve your image, particularly on external signs, what I'd recommend to you and to your clubs is this: have a look at the external signs you may have. Now, a lot of them are those township signs, which we're all aware of, but see if you can get out to any of the other areas. And if it does need replacement, Remember, the district is meeting the cost 50-50. So if you'd like to get a new sign, this is the time to go and do it. We'll be doing the partnering of schools. So again, if you're looking at the opportunity to do some work with the school, choose the school you'd like, and then we'll see how we go from there. And of course, we'll be making sure that that's a real winner. Conference, guys, conference is coming up very soon, less than a month away now. And I'll let Gus talk to you a little bit more in detail. I'll share one very quick story with you. I went down to Michael's club down there at Mordiella Mentone, and it was recently, and there's a guy called Jack Cooper. I think some of you may know Jack. And anyway, I went over to Jack and I was having a chat to him. And Jack said to me, I've been to 52 conferences. And he said, Peter, I owe you an apology. And I said, why is that, Jack? And he said, well, I can't get to Hobart because my wife's going in for a procedure on the same weekend. And I said, Jack, no need to apologise to me. To go to 52 conferences is just an incredible record. Can I ask you though, what is it that keeps you coming back? And he said, for me, it's the experience. Every conference I go to is different. Everything is a chance for me to meet up with old friends, to actually share a great experience and something that he said, I really look forward to in the calendar. And I thought about this for all of us, and all of us who are going to the conference, to Hobart, and obviously to Emma's conference following mine and Murray's following hers. That the conference itself will be an experience that you will never forget. And we will always be part of a living history that will say, we were all at Hobart. So I'd love to see you all there. Our new awards program, guys, this is going to be fantastic. You'll probably remember for many of your clubs, you're able to get some awards there from College Year, and I thought this is a terrific opportunity. We've got now the gold, silver and bronze awards. Please go onto the website, have a look at it. It gives you a lot of details within the actual awards ceremony itself and the certification that you'll have. And Shalini is the person to go to. So Shalini will be on. So please go to the website, have a look at it. Have a chat to Shalini about that, about what the clubs are expected. It's got all the items there you will need to get your points. Okay, and then we look forward to seeing you. So next meeting is going to be the big awards night. So it gives every chance for your club. And I would love to see all of your clubs winning an award for that night. We've also got, as Jen mentioned before, we've also got the specialty awards for the first time. So we do have some great awards there with the youth awards, and there's marketing awards, international awards as well. We've got membership awards. There's a whole range of these. Foundation awards, very important element. Now, we've got it all here tonight. So if you've got any questions about any of those particular areas, please go up and have a chat to Alma, have a chat to any Daryl, anybody in the room there to help you on with those awards. So that's your first step. Please go on the website, have a look at what you need to do, and have a chat to Shalene. So now it's back to the hostess with the mostess. Thanks.